A con man is running for president just to stay out of prison. The problem is that he's been peddling his same lies for so long that a lot of people have been brainwashed to think that they're true. Lies about immigration, lies about the Democrats, and lies about the economy. Remember, Trump is not a great businessman. He just played one on The Apprentice. And 20 years ago, when he got that gig, he was actually struggling. Trump's business ideas were all terrible. His branded ventures were all failing. He resorted to licensing deals to put his name on other products that he didn't own or buildings that weren't really his. It's all a front. Donald Trump's last name has been licensed to at least 50 different licensing or management deals. These agreements are associated with various properties that carry the Trump brand, like the Trump International Hotel and Tower in Vancouver, launched while he assumed the office of president and has been beset with problems. For decades, Trump has been his own infomercial salesman, flogging anything to make some cash and pay off his debts.
That's the real deal. That's the real deal.
Trump steaks, Trump Airlines, Trump vodka, Trump mortgages, Trump The Game, Trump Magazine, Trump University, Trump Ice, Tour de Trump, Trump Network. Heard of any of those? No, because they just don't exist anymore.
The Trump Network wants to give millions of people renewed hope and with an exciting plan to opt out of the recession. Let's get out of this recession right now. With cutting-edge health and wellness formulas and a system where you can develop your own financial independence, the Trump Network offers people the opportunity to achieve their American dream.
Instead of directly managing or funding these real estate projects, Trump allows local developers to use his name for their hotels and properties. Now, this strategy enables him to expand his brand worldwide without assuming any financial liability for the projects. In return, local contractors benefit from the prestige and increased value associated with the Trump brand, and Trump gets a licensing fee. Now, this approach has been quite profitable. For example, in Indonesia, Trump has licensed his name to two major projects, a luxury resort and a golf course. These deals reportedly earn Trump between $1 and $5 million per project annually. Notice Trump chooses locations where his name might carry prestige to an unsuspecting buyer in a market that doesn't realize how tacky or cheap he really is. Just ask the people of New York what the Trump name really stands for, and they'll tell you exactly who he is.
My new game is Trump, the game.
Trump, the game, where you deal for everything you've ever wanted to own. Because it's not whether you win or lose, it's whether you win.
Yes!
Play Trump, the game, from Milton Bradley.
I think you'll like it.
Hence his collaborations are all in the United Arab Emirates and Dubai and Azerbaijan and Hawaii, places where foreign investors or visitors won't even twig the real Trump deal, that he's a fraud.
It is an authentic piece of the suit I wore when I took that now famous mugshot, and it was a great suit, believe me, a really good suit. It's all cut up and you're going to get a piece of it. I'll be autographing some of them. A true collector's item. This is something to give to your family, to your kids and your grandchildren. With the purchase of 47.
Trump's latest business endeavor, Truth Social, is facing significant challenges, much like many of his previous ventures. Initially promoted as a rival to well-established social media platforms, Truth Social now faces an uncertain future. The platform is struggling due to financial issues, questions surrounding Trump's declining popularity, ongoing legal troubles, the denial of its trademark application, and a long list of unpaid vendors. Trump Media saw its value balloon to nearly $10 billion following its Wall Street debut, lifted by Trump supporters and retail traders who saw it as a speculative bet on his chances of securing a second four-year term as president. Well, since then, Trump Media shares have lost most of their value. Truth Social itself posted a loss of $16.4 million for the three-month period that ended in June. Revenue was only $836,900, down 30% from $1.2 million a year earlier. It has a small user base, most accounts are bots, and it doesn't make any money, so floating it was the only option to make a quick buck, or a quick billion. Trump's businesses have filed for bankruptcy at least 6 times. Trump Airlines, he borrowed $245 million to purchase Eastern Air Shuttle, rebranded it as Trump Airlines, added extravagant touches like gold bathroom fixtures, and 2 years later, he defaulted on the loan. Trump beverages. He once boasted that his bottled water was among the purest in the world, but it was merely a private label product from another company. His other beverage ventures, Trump Fire and Trump Power, never made it to market. And by the way, Trump Water was just tap water. Trump Mortgages launched in 2006. He predicted a booming real estate market, but the housing crash hit soon after. His mortgage company's CEO, who Trump had hyped as a Wall Street veteran, had only 6 months of experience as a stockbroker. The company failed, leaving unpaid debts and taxes. Trump Steaks.
Today, through the Sharper Image, you can enjoy the world's greatest steaks in your own home.
Unable to generate sales, Trump Steaks folded, leaving behind $715,000 in unpaid bills to suppliers. Trump University promised students they would learn his secrets of success, but it was plagued by lawsuits and investigations for fraud. Instructors were actually motivational speakers with questionable backgrounds, and the operation collapsed.
We're going to have professors and adjunct professors that are absolutely terrific people, terrific brains, successful. We are going to have the best of the best. And honestly, if you don't learn from them, if you don't learn from me, if you don't learn from the people that we're going to be putting forward, and these are all people that are hand-picked by me.
Trump Vodka and Trump Fragrances. Both ventures failed due to lack of demand. I mean, would you like to smell like Donald Trump? Trump Casinos in Atlantic City. Yes, they declared bankruptcy 3 times, allowing him to avoid $3 billion in debt the first time, $1.8 billion the second time, and after more financial maneuvers, he was forced to step down as chairman. Just so you know, and for context, last year Las Vegas Strip casinos reported a record $9 billion in revenue. The house always wins, unless it's got Trump's name on it. Trump's pattern of broken promises, unpaid debts, and failed ventures raised serious questions about his leadership, honesty, and business acumen.
So what do you think of my Trump Home mattress collection by Serta? Finally, the same luxury and comfort I demand in my hotels.
He's not even a self-made man. In the mid-1970s, he received loans from his father exceeding $14 million. The New York Times reported that Trump received at least $413 million from his father over the decades, much of that through dubious tax dodges, including outright fraud. So, despite the fraud and the failed businesses and the Russian interference to help him get elected in 2016, the fascist inauguration speech, the 30,573 false or misleading claims as president, lies, the banning of abortion, the Muslim ban, the turnover of White House staff, none of whom will endorse him now, the racism, the misogyny, the abuse, the faux strongman aggression, the cozying up to dictators like Putin and Xi Jinping, the gassing of American peaceful protesters, the isolationism, the threats to the free press, the plan to overturn the election result, the coup itself, the extortion of Volodymyr Zelensky, incitement of the January 6th riot, the collusion with Russia, the theft of classified documents, the friendship with Jeffrey Epstein, the dozens of sexual assault claims, paying off a porn star, 34 felony counts, the adjudicated rape of E. Jean Carroll. Despite all of that, some people still think that this lifelong criminal, grifter, scam artist and liar is who he pretends to be, but he's not. He should always have just remained a TV salesman. He was never president material, not then and not now. But most importantly, Trump is dangerous. Dangerous for women, for minorities, for immigrants, for Muslims, for national security, for the climate crisis, and dangerous for world peace. And that's why nobody in their right mind is going to vote for him on November 5th. I'm Anthony Davis. You can find me on the 5 Minute News YouTube channel and podcast, on Wednesdays co-hosting Uncovered, and on Sunday on The Weekend Show with Midas Touch.